going on and how you can get involved with Harbor Bank.
Wonderful. Yes. We've been in business for 37 years now. We have 7 branch locations, one right downtown Baltimore, 25 West Fayette Street. We have our Pimlico office location on 5000 Park Heights Avenue. And as you know, that is one of the only banks right there in Pimlico Park Heights. And then we have our Research Park location, 800 West Baltimore Street. And then we have our branch in Prince George's County. That's on 6820 Riverdale Road. We have our Randallstown branch location on 8530 Liberty Road. And we have our branch in Inner Harbor East. That's 1000 Lancaster Street. A lot of development going on around there. Then we have our Science and Technology office right there on Wolf Street by Johns Hopkins, 855 North Wolf Street. And then most recently this year, we opened a loan production office in Montgomery County, and that's on 1010 Wayne Avenue. And right now we're working on appointment only for people who really want to take advantage of our great commercial loans.
Well, you sort of spread all over the place. That's
Yes,
very
we
good.
are.
And I say Randallstown, Inner Harbor East, John Hopkins campus area, and the one on Riverdale, is that Prince George's County? Is that Bowie?
That's Prince George's County, Riverdale is what they call it.
Riverdale, okay. That's on those sections. Okay, and then you have Park Heights, which again is wonderful because we need more banking in these places like that. And I don't think there's another bank for a good distance up in Park Heights.
That's true. We want to make sure that we're there to service our customers, our community. We want to make sure that we're there to provide them with full service banking capabilities so that they don't have to utilize, the predatory lenders and check cashing places. So we really feel great that we have the opportunity to be there for so long.
Yeah, I think it's been over 20 years up there. It's been there forever.
That's correct.
Yeah, right on that corner, I think it's Garrison and Park Heights.
And Park Heights.
Yeah, right there. And the main branch is Fayette Street.
Yes, 25 West Fayette Street.
Okay, right downtown. And so, do you have any of these branches that stay open past the 2 o'clock hour?
Well, they're all open until 3,
Okay.
Monday through Thursday. But at 5, they stay open until 5 p.m. on Friday, with the exception of our Pimlico branch offices and our Randallstown branch office. They have extended hours on Friday until 6.
And so let's talk about Harbor Bank on Saturday morning hours. Anything on Saturdays?
Saturdays we're open from 9 until noon.
Okay, good. And so in Baltimore, you have a very strong presence. The home base.
We really do. We really appreciate the support of our community.
Yeah, and so we always give a special shout out to the late, great Raymond Haysburg for his work in helping get the Harbor Bank off the ground, and others like, I think the chairman is still Mr. Haskins.
Yes, Mr. Joseph Haskins. He's still our CEO and president.
Yeah, he's a banking guru.
Yes,
this fellow knows banking.
Yeah, he's phenomenal, very innovative. He's really responsible for us still being here today.
And let's just make sure those listening here, Lou Fields, we have in studio Ms. Tiana Wells-Lawsow, Senior Vice President of Business Economic Development for Harbor Bank of Maryland. Let's just talk a couple of seconds to let people know Harbor Bank offers just about whatever any other bank offers: ATMs, checking accounts, saving accounts.
Absolutely. The Harbor Bank of Maryland is a full service bank, just like any other, regional bank that you see in the area. We have a full product suite of checking, savings accounts, and we really do have checking accounts that have no minimum balance, and we have free checking as well, something that's very rare right now. And then we also offer mortgage products and various lending products and commercial loans as well. We do have our 7 branch locations that have ATMs, but we are also a part of the All Point Network. And what the All Point Network allows us to do is to have access to 55,000 ATM machines throughout Maryland. So
get your money anywhere, right?
Yes, basically any Target, Walgreens, Wawa, you could go there and, utilize your Harbor Bank ATM card without incurring a fee.
Okay. And so let's say we're on worldwide travel. I'm over in Europe and I'm in the Caribbean. Can we still use our Harbor Bank ATM card?
Well, you will need to let us know where you're traveling so that we can open up that card to you. We do have some countries that are on the OFAC list, so we would be prohibited. But if you called us and let us know that you're doing international travel, we would share with you if that country is actually on the OFAC list, and we'll let you know.
Let me ask you this question. Does banks still offer traveler's checks? I remember we used to get traveler's checks back in the day.
You know, we really don't do the traveler's
I guess
checks
that's old
anymore.
school.
That's very old
Yeah,
school.
I remember back in the day, you'd have to get traveler's checks when you were going to places.
No,
Okay.
we typically don't offer those anymore.
Okay. But the main thing is you are a full service bank.
We absolutely are.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And of course, online banking.
Yes, we have online banking and electronic banking. Anything that you really would need to do, we offer it and we provide it.
So let's give them the website to make sure people who are listening, if you want to find Maryland's best bank, where would they go?
At www.theharborbank.com.
And is bank spelled out?
Yes.
And theharborbank.com. So I
Yes.
can say it a couple more times. Okay, folks, now we're here at BDX Live, which you know stands for Black Dollar Exchange. And in the month of July, we kicked off our supporting our $1 million pledge, which we are asking 5,000 people to spend $200 in a 30-day period with an African-American institution, business, service, nonprofit group, and that will generate $1 million for African-American-owned businesses if 5,000 take the pledge. And so I'm asking you to take the pledge to start an account. If you don't have one, put $200 in it with Harbor Bank of Maryland, and that's us supporting us. And so, Miss Lawson, Wells-Lawson, or Lawson, which one, how do we say it?
Wells-Lawson is fine.
Okay, Wells-Lawson. Miss Wells-Lawson, here. Today we have three special topics, and let's start off with talking about your particular services that's unique and designed to facilitate and support different aspects of banking. Let's talk about your workplace banking program.
Yes, thanks. We have our workplace banking program that was designed for businesses with employees of 3 employees or more. And what we really do, we'll come right onto the grounds of your office and conveniently open up the accounts right there at your workplace. Or say, for example, you as a business owner or employer, you feel as though your employees could use some financial literacy training on various topics. We will actually come out and provide a product subject matter expert to come out and assist you. So if you had employees who needed to know how to buy their first home, we would have our mortgage loan officer come out and conduct a seminar that will explain the step-by-step process that it would take to own your first home. And again, with the program, we have we have direct deposit, online banking with bill pay, again, access to the 55,000 ATMs, and financial literacy, complimentary seminars, private banking services, a host of other different products and services that are available for your employees to take advantage of right from the convenience of their workplace.
Well, that's a wonderful service because often a lot of people don't always have time in the 9 to 5, Monday through Friday,
Absolutely.
to have a chance to come into the bank and speak directly with a counselor where people have problems, they have issues, and so it's 3 or more employees?
Yep, 3 or more employees. And we could come there and open up the account and conduct business right there.
Now, is that for any of the locations where you have branches, Prince George's County, Baltimore City?
Absolutely.
Not the Montgomery County, because that's a different type of office.
Right, that's our loan office.
Okay. And so let's talk about a little bit, you mentioned direct deposit. So employers and employees can have that where the
Yes.
paycheck goes right into the bank?
Absolutely. They'll set it up through their employer where their paycheck will be automatically direct deposited into their new Harbor Bank of Maryland checking account.
What about seniors who are getting their retirement checks and they want to have that kind of direct deposit?
Right. We can set that up for them as well, too.
And so this is I guess you call this a public outreach service. You don't charge for this.
No, we don't charge
This
that.
is a free service?
That's a free service
Wow.
for being our customer. Just for banking with the Harbor Bank of Maryland, we want to make sure that we provide you with the best products and services available.
And that's the harborbank.com, folks. This is Lou Fields, your host, BDX Live. And we're talking with one of our sponsors, the Harbor Bank of Maryland. And today we are talking with Senior Vice President, Ms. Tiana Wells-Lawsow. So, Ms. Wells-Lawsow, that's a wonderful program. Who would they call, or do they have to email and make a request for that?
Really what we do outreach in the community and tell people about that. So what they would do, they would go ahead, they could call me directly.
Okay.
And if I'm not available, I'll make sure that one of the branch managers is available to get the seminars scheduled for them.
Let's get that phone number out there.
Yes, so that is 410 528
Okay.
1800. And this is, again, the Workplace Banking Program.
Workplace Banking Program, a free community service by our great bank, the Harbor Bank. You also said you did, and I think a lot of people need to know more about this bill pay service, because sometimes we are late, we forget to pay the bill, and Jesus Christ, it was due 2 days ago, and you look out, it's, oh man, I'm sorry, I'm going to pay this right now. So let's talk a little bit about how I guess it's an online bill pay system. How does that work?
Yes, we do have our online bill pay program where you just go ahead and set up. You have to put in the who you want to pay. You just set that up very easily in our system. You set the date that you want to have that bill paid, and it'll automatically, be paid for you that date. So you don't have to really think about physically writing a check anymore. It's so convenient, and many people have said they would attribute that to increasing their FICO score.
Yeah,
Because
I was thinking that.
people are late with putting those bills in the
Yep.
mail, or they forget about it. But if you have that automatic recurring bill payment coming out of your check monthly, weekly, however you set it up, it's just so convenient.
And plus, you got to pay these bills, and also it does help your credit score, because the credit bureaus look to whether you paid on time or how many days were you late. Was it 1 to 7, 14, whatever? And the later it is, the worse it is.
Absolutely.
And I think that's been one of the barriers, even to working people who work every day.
Right, it's true.
How to maintain their credit scores in a good number and not have this issue of late payments.
Absolutely.
So that's a lot of great services you have. Direct deposit, online, you have the ATM, you have the bill payment services, and all of this can be brought to an employer, if I understand what you're saying, where they will call 410-528-1800, ask for Ms. Wells-Lawsow, and they can schedule it. It has to be scheduled, right? And what do you want? 1, 2, 3 weeks, or a month notice, so they can plan it well?
We could do it a week's notice.
Okay.
We can do it within a week.
Okay, good. So let's now turn our attention, folks. It's 1:23, and this is BDX Live. We talk with Harbor Bank of Maryland. Let's talk about the private banking, because I saw workplace banking, which is really great. Now let's talk about this private banking, because some people, by the nature of them being business owners, they have larger deposits they need to make. From time to time, they may have a larger need to spend monies, and sometimes the nature of their work, they just can't walk into the bank and have a bag of money to deposit.
Absolutely.
They need a little different type service. So let's talk about the benefits of the private banking program that Harbor Bank offers.
Okay, well, our private banking program is for clients that have a net worth of $1 million or more. And so we find that these customers have special needs. Like you said, Mr. Fields, they can't always, leave what they're doing, their busy company that they're running, to come into a branch. So we design and tailor products and services to meet the needs of these high net worth clients. We're going to offer them an unsecured line of credit up to $100,000, and that interest rate is at prime. We also have a Platinum Express checking account specifically for these customers that earns a high yielding, very competitive interest rate. And then they have a free safe deposit box. And then the most important thing is that they have access to a private banker to assist them with their day-to-day personal, business, and financial needs. So we talk about estate planning, we're talking about investment planning, anything that we feel as though our high net worth customers could benefit from. We do partner externally with FFG, that's First Financial Group. that is the affiliation that we work with on the investment side. So a lot of private clients, they have investment needs as well as extensive banking needs. So we'll, schedule an appointment to really uncover those needs and assist them from that point as well. And then another great benefit is that the private clients can meet with Mr. Haskins directly once a year just to review their accounts, talk about anything. So I think that's really a great benefit to have access to the CEO, the longest sitting CEO that we know of in the state of Maryland. So that's it's really a great service.
Yeah, and I think again, the beauty of it is it's secure and it's confidential and it's seemingly would fit the needs of busy people.
Yes.
Because busy people sometimes they just can't get into the bank at 9:30 and wait in the line and try to get something done when they have to be elsewhere and they have millions of dollars at stake. Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
absolutely.
So this is some really great and innovative banking Harbor Bank is doing here. It's like you guys have spent some time in the boardroom trying to figure out how can we tweak our traditional services and make them more customer friendly, if you will.
Yes.
Yeah, because I think the workplace banking, it makes it customer friendly for employers to give that as a benefit to its employees
Absolutely.
while they're at work.
While they're at work.
Yeah,
Yes.
and they're going to be able to get this financial literacy seminar, if you will. I don't know how long it lasts, but it's something they wouldn't be able to get anywhere else.
Absolutely.
Nowhere.
And it's so great that you mentioned as a benefit to the employees, because a lot of the employers, they do include us during their benefits presentation. They just bundle up our services and benefits as an actual benefit that they offer to their employees. So we're happy to hear that as well.
And then when we all ascribe as small businesses to enter into that $1 million net worth,
Yes.
it's really also, I think it's a nice touch to understand that business people, we have special needs.
Yes.
And we have special considerations.
Absolutely.
Whether we're under or even particularly over the $1 million net worth, as small businesses, our time is so very limited. And we need not the traditional, I have an account at X bank and there is no real relationship there.
Right.
I just happen to have my account over there.
Right. And that's what they really love. Private clients and all customers for that matter love that personal touch, that you know them, you understand their business needs, and you're going to walk them through some of the products and services that will be beneficial to them.
And so again, folks, all these special services are the same number. You would call 410-528-1800.
Yes, that's correct.
And just ask for you.
You would ask for Tiana Wells-Lawsow or Valbona da Silva. Valbona da Silva is our other private banker, and she would be available. She works out of our Randallstown office.
Okay. But the main thing is to know the website, theharborbank.com, and the contact number 410-528-1800. Yes. And you have branches everywhere, and I think it's important to note that some of them do have late hours on, then you have the Saturday hours. And so in the past, I've had a lot of your, not a lot, but several of your reps who have come in, they talked about other services provided by Harbor Bank, the business loans, the lines of credit. And I heard you mention with the high